What is going on, guys? This is jbDAuchiha, and if you hear anything falling or maybe even breaking in the background, it's because my kitten is currently running around like a madman destroying everything. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you guys about. I'm here to talk to you about what I did not get to talk to you about, meaning there are many anime. I'm still not caught up with everything, but there are some anime that I did watch during my disappearance, and I wish I would have talked to you guys about, when it was hot at that moment. So this is just me talking about those series and just basically giving my basic impressions of that, when I first watched it. So here are the 5 anime I regret not reviewing. So number 5 is definitely the Demon Slayer movie. It was amazing, and I have a personal tie to this movie, more so than it just being amazing, beautifully animated, great storytelling, emotional. Everything about it was dope. It's like my favorite anime movie ever. It was really, really dope. If you haven't seen it, you should do yourself a favor and check it out. But the reason I enjoy it so much was because I actually went to see it twice, by the way. That's how much I loved it. About 2 years ago, I worked at this call center, and we were allowed to read books and whatnot. So I brought, of course, manga volumes to my job and read them during my breaks or whatever. And the volume that I enjoyed the most and by far read over and over the most was this volume that, the movie takes place in, like the whole train arc and a little bit past that. Was in the volume that I read the most. And I just remember being so upset. I'm not going to spoil anything in case you haven't seen the movie, but you know the big sad part if you have seen the movie. I remember reading that over and over and being like, man, I cannot wait to see this epic fight animated. I can't wait to see this extremely emotional moment animated. And it was just almost an obsession for me, for at least a month. Like, I would read that volume over and over because I love the storytelling in Demon Slayer. I love how they're not afraid to not give plot armor to some badass characters. And it's just a really good series, and I've been waiting for that movie forever. So when I finally saw it, I was super hyped. Like I said, I saw it twice. And yeah, I really wish I would have reviewed it because it is really, really dope from beginning to end. If you haven't seen Demon Slayer, what are you doing? And if you haven't seen the movie, definitely check it out. Number 4, I'm actually super disappointed I did not get to talk to you guys about Attack on Titan. Eren's descent into darkness, into madness, into the anti-hero, even the villain. Eren turned up this season. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I really, really hate I missed talking about some of the dope things and savage things that Eren has done. You guys know what I'm talking about if you haven't seen the latest season. I believe it's season 4, but season 4 part 2 is coming out early next year, I think January or February, and I really can't wait because I have read the manga, and the savagery is not over yet, guys. Eren Yeager is like the big boss. Like, if you go back to the first few episodes, just imagine that little kid turning into what he's doing now. I mean, all know he wants to exterminate Titans. That was like his biggest thing forever. And with this switch to like the humans actually being behind a lot of crap and Eren really doing some devilish type things is like really, really big in terms of his character changing from what it was. And I'm really enjoying the ride, and a lot of you will as well. As soon as the next season comes back, we're going to get more about the founding Ymir and, more about their origins of Titans. It's going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to see it. I'm definitely reviewing that. But I really hate that I missed the pivotal moment in Eren's character where everyone understands, like, hey, this is not the same Eren Yeager, and he has a big plan, but we're not sure what it is yet. And I just hate I missed talking about it because it is so freaking dope. 3 is an anime I don't even think I've ever talked to you guys about. Like, I don't think there's a single review on my channel. It might be, but yeah, I've really gotten into the Reincarnated as a slime anime a lot lately, and I've caught up. I think the season finale just came out a few days ago, and it was dope. I enjoyed both seasons so far. The fights are dope. The animations is dope. I love the characters. Veldora doing the Street Fighter and Dragon Ball references was dope. I mean, everything about this anime is dope. And I just really hate that I missed, if you heard that, my kitten just knocked something over. But I lost my train of thought. It's Rimuru ascension to Demon Lord was amazing. The last fight with Clayman was amazing. I just really wish I would have talked about some very amazing episodes with you guys when they came out, and the reveal that Millen actually was not being mind controlled, that she was just trolling Clayman the whole time, was like the best twist ever. I was actually not expecting that, but I'm glad that was the case, just showing how far above Clayman Millen really is, and everything about this season that just ended was amazing. And I just really hate that I didn't get into the series earlier, but best believe the next season that comes out, I will be on top of it. Number 2 is an anime that I really did not expect to like as much as I did, because the first season just ended. Tokyo Revengers. Now, when I first heard the description of this anime, it says something like middle school gangs and something like that. It just sounded kind of cringe to me, to be honest. But when I actually sat down and watched it, and got invested in the characters, it's definitely anime of its own type. I mean, there are plenty of other anime like it. Like, it really reminds me of Erased. How Takemichi goes back to try to prevent his girl from dying and all that. But I don't know. It's just something. It has this thing of uniqueness about it that I really enjoy. And these characters definitely should not be in middle school, because some of them are taller and more swole than I am. I'm like, I will probably get my A handed to me by some of these middle schoolers. Like, they're kicking in cars. One of them has like a nuclear kick, and they're supposed to be normal or like more humanized middle schoolers, but these are like grown martial artists, some of them. I'm like, oh my goodness. But anyway, the plot is really, really good, and the the cliffhanger at the end of the last episode really got me. I'm really tempted to read the manga, but I'm trying to wait and see if we'll get a season 2 announcement first, because if you've seen the last episode of this series, you will know that this cliffhanger cannot just it cannot just stay there. Like, I am probably going to read the manga as soon as I'm done editing this video, because I have to know what became of that cliffhanger. It was extremely, extremely crazy. Avengers is very emotional. There's plenty of plot twists. There was actually even a death I was not expecting. I mean, of course, with like gangster anime and anime with like gang type stuff, there's going to be a death or two. But there was one that really kind of hit a little harder than I thought it would. Yeah, it's just a really dope series, and I really hate that I did not get to express how I felt about it as the episodes were coming out. And number 1, by far, the most pain I feel in my heart for not talking to you guys about, and I've actually watched this series every single episode all the way up until its conclusion, or of season 1 anyway. We got an announcement, there will be a season 2. To Your Eternity is by far my favorite anime of this year so far. I mean, oh my god, if you've seen To Your Eternity, you understand why. It's definitely, it might be the saddest anime I've seen. It has some amazing action scenes. It's animated pretty good as well. The characters really make you invested in them in just maybe 3 or 4 episodes, because how To Your Eternity works, there's a new thing the main character must overcome, and he meets somebody new like almost every 3 or 4 episodes. The storytelling does such a great job that it really makes you care for the characters in those few episodes. And the reason I'm not going to go into detail into why this show is so bad is because it's really popular, but a lot of people still haven't given it a chance. So I don't want to spoil why it's just so amazingly emotional and legendary. But some characters are going to make you laugh. You're going to tear up. If you don't tear up or cry, you're not human. I promise you. And there's some hype fights. You're going to be on the edge of your seat a lot. And the finale, oh my god, the finale. If you guys know the line that gave me the chills the most in almost any anime I've ever watched, I will come for you before you are taken by paradise. Oh my god, if you know exactly what followed that statement, you know why that statement was so amazing and bone chilling. Like, at that point, I wasn't too far ahead in the manga, so I don't know what became of that situation. But I had to catch all the way up. Like, I'm completely caught up with the manga now, and it's just such an amazing story. Like, it's crazy how much I did not think I would. I mean, I watched the first episode when it came out. It was really cool and it was sad, and it was very emotional. But I didn't expect that to turn into what it did. Like, the main character's progression is literally progression. Like, you can't get more progression than him. Like, being able to literally develop and function as a human being more than him. I don't think there's almost any anime character who has developed as much as this guy. So it was just really amazing to witness this from beginning to end. And I really, really wish I would have reviewed every single episode, because every single one was a hit. And when season 2 comes out, I'm going to try my best to not be working as much, or at least put every single episode in a review, because the To Your Eternity definitely deserves it. It deserves to be more popular, even though it really is extremely popular. It deserves to be up there, in my opinion. Like, it was a really great first season. It was a really great introduction into that world. But anyway, those are my 5 most regretted anime that I did not get to talk to you guys about. There are some honorable mentions, like Black Clover. The season ended, I think it was like 148 episodes or something like that. It was 100 something, I think. But it was really cool. The finale was dope. The reveal towards the end was dope. My Hero Academia, I'm not all the way caught up to that yet, but it's really, really cool where I am right now. I'm at the very beginning of the My Villain Academia arc, I guess. So, yeah, that's really dope. I didn't get to talk to you guys much about that. The Dragon Ball Super manga is very interesting right now. And there's a few things that I wish I would have talked about, like some transformations and whatnot. Boruto, I'm still not really caught up. I kind of skipped ahead because of the new form, so I have to go back and watch some episodes up until that point. But yeah, so I'm really trying to get back on it and enjoy watching anime and talking to you guys again. So I hope you guys will just continue rocking with me. I apologize for my disappearance again, but yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like, and if you haven't subscribed, this has been jbDAuchiha. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'm out.